Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be learning about the Civil War. The Union and the Confederates both had advantages. The North was able to get soldiers from a population of 22 million people, where the South only had 5.5 million. Bummer. They had a great amount of roads, canals, and railroads, all helping in transportation so that they did not have to unload and load all the time. The South, however, had to do just that. The North's economy grew because they were able to export to Europe while the South had a blockade. Lastly, the North had a lot of cash. The South, well, they were required to make their own. Now to the South. They had a pretty strong military tradition and were very good at strategizing. Their leaders were pretty great too. They caused the North to travel a long distance. The land in the South was hard to cross though, and rivers in Virginia flew from east to west, causing the North to attack from the side. They fought on home turf, so they were more used to it, and the cotton diplomacy helped them gain support from Europe. Many volunteered to enlist in the North and the South. In the North, the volunteers increased from 16,000 to 500,000. Even civilians helped with the funds, aids, and hospitals, etc. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell kind of forced Lincoln to issue the U.S. Sanitary Commission, and Lincoln agreed. There were over 10,000 joiners in this committee, out of which 3,000 were women nurses. There was a great lack of resources. Soldiers were cold, hungry, weaponless, and oftentimes without a uniform. Each side had to choose a color. The Union chose blue, and the Confederates were gray. And not to mention, both sides were resourceless. Okay, now, how do I fight? Was the question of many that enlisted. They were often teachers, farmers, or laborers, so they had no military background. Many young soldiers were excited to go into war, and as they were training, they were expected to load, aim, and fire 3 times in 1 minute. That was quite a task with those type of rifles. Amongst their lack of resources were tents, where 2 people stayed per tent. The Union relied on these while the Confederate took theirs. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and stay tuned for Civil War Part 3.